Welcome to webinar 34. I'm DrLisa, and I'm raring to go for this one because uh, I love this topic, and um, I think it'll make a big difference in a lot of lives. So let me go ahead and share my screen. So the topic is eat to sleep, and we want to go full screen, don't we? So eat to sleep. Discover the macronutrients that restore your rhythm. What if your dinner plate is the reason you can't fall asleep, or if you can't stay asleep? Sleep problems aren't always about stress or screen time, although they're important. Sometimes they're about the fuel. So in this episode, we're going to focus on how to eat for the rest you crave. Food isn't just energy for the day. This is so important. It's programming for the night. The macronutrient balance. Now, when we talk about macronutrients, let me make sure everyone knows macronutrients are fats, carbohydrates, and proteins, right? Micronutrients are the vitamins, minerals, amino acids, essential fatty acids, the little teeny tiny um, cogs in the metabolic wheel or the metabolic mechanism. But the macronutrients, so we're talking about fats, carbohydrates, and proteins. That balance that you choose impacts hormones like melatonin, cortisol, serotonin, GLP-1, insulin, glucagon, so many hormones that go into our metabolism. And the wrong mix at the wrong time can cause your blood sugar swings, nighttime waking, and restless sleep. The right mix can help you drift off easier, sleep deeper, and wake up restored. Doesn't that sound good? So I did a lot of research for this topic for this season, and this is one of the papers that really caught my eye. The role of insufficient sleep and circadian misalignment in obesity. So how do all these things work together? And they did a TLDR of the key points, and they're really, really interesting. Okay, so your gut affects your sleep affects your gut, all of that affects your weight gain or your weight loss, your sleep restriction affects your drive, your cravings to eat, taking excess food, um, or when you don't get enough sleep, you eat more food, right? I don't know if that's just to try to get awake or if your microbiome is stoking that craving, but all of these things work together in our circadian rhythms. But today, we're focusing on the macronutrients. So, what are circadian rhythms? Your body has a master clock, and so do your cells. The main clock is in your brain. It's called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, or the SCN. You don't have to know that. There's not going to be a quiz at the end about this. There is going to be a quiz, though. I love it. But your brain has the master timekeeper. But peripherally, that means in the rest of your body, beyond your brain, every single organ and tissue and cell has its own peripheral clock. Light, sleep, and meals are the time cues that keep them all in sync. So you are in control. You are conducting the orchestra of your cells and hormones. and your habits are the baton. They set the tempo for your metabolism. Um, Daily choices can fine tune or throw off your body's rhythm, and you have the power to align your schedule with your biology. This is from webinar 22, I think, and I just loved when I got this analogy that your cells and your hormones, they're all instruments in the orchestra, and your metabolism is the music. You are the conductor, but what sends the message to every single one of those cells and hormones? It's the baton. The conductor waves the baton and the orchestra plays the music. So the baton is your influence. Every choice you make sends a signal to the orchestra. Your nutrition, your sleep habits, your supplements, your lifestyle. You have the power to shape the music of your metabolism. So what are we going to discover today? The macronutrient timing and balance that improves sleep quality, why carbs, proteins, and healthy fats each have a role in your sleep rhythm, how to adjust your evening plate for better rest and recovery, and two bonus strategies for deep nutritional completeness and seasonal sleep alignment. You're going to be hearing about the seasons from me, right? I want to be prepared when all these different meteorological events happen for the rest of the year. Okay, let's get to the secrets. What is secret number 1? Protein, the nighttime anchor. What happens when your cells think it's midnight, but it's 10 a.m.? Something's off, right? So let's hear the key points about protein. Adequate protein in the evening helps to stabilize blood sugar through the night. Amino acids like tryptophan, and that's a famous amino acid for sleep regulation, is found in turkey, right? That's why everyone slides into a coma after a Thanksgiving dinner, a big Thanksgiving dinner. They sit on the couch and just nod off. But it's also found in salmon, pumpkin seeds, and they are precursors to the neurotransmitters serotonin and melatonin, which, as you know, affects your sleep. Too little protein, you have unstable energy, and you'll have waking in the middle of the night. So action step for secret number 1, include 20 to 30 grams of protein at your evening meal and pair it with magnesium-rich foods such as dark leafy greens and nuts for added relaxation. Secret number 2, carbs are your sleep switch. So what is that late night fridge run really costing you? Here are the key points. Complex carbs help tryptophan cross the blood-brain barrier so that there's more production of serotonin and melatonin for your sleep regulation. Carbs are best eaten earlier in the evening as opposed to late at night to avoid spikes and crashes. And it's a good practice to choose slow digesting carbs like quinoa, brown rice, sweet potatoes, lentils. So your action step, include a palm-sized serving of complex carbs at dinner. Avoid refined sugars within 2 to 3 hours of bedtime for sure, but we should really avoid them all the time. Secret number 3, fats, the nighttime nurturer. This diet villain, don't fats get a bad rap? The diet villain actually has superpowers. Healthy fats, such as omega-3 fatty acids, monounsaturated fatty acids, help to regulate inflammation and hormone balance. Too little fat can impair production of sleep-supporting hormones. Best sources: salmon, avocado, walnuts, flax seeds. Olive oil is on the list because I know you're going to ask me about it. So, what's the rule about olive oil? Well, if you're in Italy and you have an olive tree in your backyard and you can go get those olives and squeeze them on the spot and use them right away, ah, you're in phytonutrient heaven. But once the olive oil has been exposed to oxygen, it starts to oxidize. As soon as you crush the olive, you're exposing it to oxygen. So I'm hoping, this is my prayer, because olive oil is wonderful when it's fresh, right? But my prayer, and by fresh I mean super fresh, from the tree. My prayer is that someone will uh, have a process where they crush the olives, harvest the oil, bottle the oil, all in an oxygen-free environment, so we can get that super fresh olive oil without the beginning of those rancid compounds that can promote cancer. So we don't want that. We don't want the rancid compounds. We want the fresh benefits of the olive oil. So what are the action steps? Include at least one healthy fat source in your evening meal. And keep fried foods or heavily processed fats out of your life, right? The research says dinner, but the better research says just no fried foods, no heavily processed or no ultra processed foods. Okay, this is bonus secret number 1. So we've talked about proteins, we've talked about carbs, we've talked about fats. Here's this thing, the seasonal sleep sync. Your gut bugs, which are in very many ways driving this show, they keep office hours and they respond to daylight. And when the daylight changes, they change. And so we have to be able to adapt. So as we approach fall, earlier sunsets equal circadian changes in your melatonin and your cortisol because they respond to light. The autumnal equinox is a natural reset point for sleep timing, but eating earlier in the evening supports this seasonal rhythm. So what are some action steps? Start dinner 30 to 60 minutes earlier over the next 2 weeks to align with the seasonal shifts. Now, if that seems drastic, you can do it. We have time, right? I'm giving you time to make these changes. You could try it 15 minutes earlier a week and just keep moving the dinner time earlier. But even more important, or I'll say equally important, is taking that walk right after dinner. It helps your digestion, it helps your blood sugar, and you get these last few rays of natural light. When you come back in from the walk, dim the lights, and that's going to help your body to power down. It's a signal that nighttime is coming and your melatonin production will start to kick into gear. Okay. Whew. Well, that was a lot of information in a little bit of time, but I hope you found it to be helpful. A little bit about me. I'm DrLisa Singletary. I'm known as the 100-pound weight loss specialist because I've lost over 150 pounds. But um, the the lessons I learned from my weight loss journey, I turned into the 5 M's of total transformation: mindset, macronutrients, micronutrients, motion, and measurement. And we rotate through the 5 M's every month. And it just so happens that this month of August, we have 5 Saturdays. So we have 1 M for each Saturday. So today is macronutrients. So next Saturday will be micronutrients. Last week was mindset. Okay. So I am a medical doctor. I'm a family practice physician. I retired. I'll tell you why in just a second. But I also have a master's degree in public health, which is why I love digging into these research studies so much. And it's my privilege to be a holistic health educator. I'm passionate about empowering transformation, which is why the butterfly is my one of my branding hallmarks. And I love helping others to achieve their goals. Here's the Wayback Machine. 2006, I had a lot of excess weight, but I also had the gift of motion. And that really helped my circadian rhythms a lot, let me tell you. In 2008, however, I gave up my medical practice and I gave up ballroom dancing to go home and take care of my parents. And 8 years later, I needed my father's wheelchair just to get around the house. I needed a miracle. Now, in health and wellness, we don't talk about miracles, but this is actually dual purpose. This is also my disclaimer slide. So there's no medical diagnosis or cure or that this is not a second opinion. I'm just sharing with you some personal experiences, my medical expertise, experiences with my patients, my clients, and the research. So I did need a miracle. And when I turned 60, I made this chart of my weight over time. And it was very eye-opening. And except for that one little dip in the middle where there's a little teeny X when I was on a weight loss drug, I had some results from that weight loss drug, but I also had some side effects. And as soon as I stopped the weight loss drug, my weight crept back up like I had never lost that weight. And the really bad part about it is when you lose weight like that, when you regain it, you don't regain it, well, you don't regain it in the same areas where you lost it. So I went from, some of you will remember this from previous webinars, I went from a pear shape and carrying my weight mostly on my thighs and my hips to an apple shape and carrying my weight in the middle. And trust me, I didn't like that at all. But something happened at letter B. And that's when I learned how to go from the picture on the left to the picture in the middle to the picture on the right to I'm still on the weight loss journey today, but with a lot more knowledge and a lot more tools to help me and now to help you. So, bonus secret number 2, Nutrify deeply. You can't run on empty. Nutritional completeness supports your circadian clock. And when you have missing nutrients, that leads to fatigue, cravings, metabolic slowdown, poor choices of meals and snacks, and there's just a vicious cycle. We need to break the cycle. And the way to do that, one way to do that, is to harness the power of nutrition. So this is the nutrition blueprint for rhythm mastery. And again, in my journey, I found that it was so helpful for me to understand the hierarchy of nutrition. What do we need as the foundation? And then how do we build on it? So, step number one, the foundation of the 5 steps to nutritional completeness is the foods you eat. So, we have a good food, bad food list, but I'm going to say right now it's more important to avoid the bad foods than which good foods you choose to eat. It doesn't matter if you're vegan, lacto-ovarian, vegetarian, carnivore, keto, paleo, zone diet, Atkins diet. It doesn't, it's South Beach diet, Mayo Clinic diet, Heart Association diet, all the diets. It doesn't matter if you avoid the bad foods. If you're eating the bad foods, the diets aren't going to have the optimal effect, and they may actually work against you. Some of the foods that are listed on the diabetic diets and things like that, they really should not be. So we're going to figure out how to avoid the bad foods. Step number 2, get the 90 essential nutrients. Step number 3, antioxidants. We have so much exposure to oxidative stress. We need to give our bodies natural antioxidants some support. Step number 4, you are not what you eat. You are what you absorb. We need to have the gut healthy in order to properly sort through what are the nutrients that are supposed to be coming into the body and what are the things in your gut that are supposed to just stay in the gut, right? Your gut lining has a huge function in that's like the customs office, right? What they will let into the body. But if there's inflammation or if the gut is leaky, if the lining is leaky, it's not performing those functions, and there's no filter. There's no discrimination as to what is in your gut lumen that comes across the barrier into the bloodstream. So having a healthy gut is extremely important. Now, step 5, wellness wonderland. Woo woo. Whatever strategies or support systems, energy therapy, Reiki, red light blankets, red light caps. So interesting. Patches, just all the things. I always think about cryotherapy. Ooh, that always makes me cold. All of those things are available, right? But they won't work to their maximum unless they're built on the foundation. And trust me, a lot of people don't even have to go into Wellness Wonderland. Just taking care of the first 4 steps gives them tremendous benefit. So let's talk about those 90 essential nutrients, the 60 essential minerals, the 16 essential vitamins, the 12 essential amino acids, and the 2 to 3 essential fatty acids. I will say it, the word essential has 2 meanings. The first meaning, well, we kind of know. Essentials, things that are essential means we need them. We really need them, right? But, okay, so it actually has 3 meanings. There's a third meaning to essential. The third is like essential oils. That's a different essential because it's from the essence of those flowers and plants and whatnot. But essential means you need it, but medically, biologically, biochemically, anatomy and physiologically, essential means your body can't make it. So these are nutrients we need to take in every single day. So what is the action step for this bonus secret? Audit your daily nutrient intake. Are you getting 60 minerals every day? If you look at the bottles of most supplements that you can get, I don't care how specialized they are, most supplements will have I mean, you're lucky if you can find 20 minerals in those supplements. And remember, 60 out of the 90 essential minerals, 2/3 of the essential nutrients, sorry, 60 out of the 90 essential nutrients are minerals. 2/3 of the essential nutrients are the essential minerals. So when someone has 10 or 20, well, where are the other 40 or 50, right? So audit your daily intake. Look at these labels. Also, we want to supplement strategically, not randomly, not fractionated. What do I mean by randomly? You see a commercial on TV, you're like, oh, yeah, I need vitamin D. Oh, yeah, I need some fatty acids. Oh, yeah, I need vitamin K to go with the vitamin D. Oh, yeah, like you see something that's a good idea, just randomly you got the information. Maybe you actually searched on the internet and got a little information, but you're not getting the whole picture. Or fractionated, like you want to support your brain, so you look up what will support the brain, but you're not getting the whole foundation. Okay, so what we discovered today: protein anchors your blood sugar for steady energy overnight. Complex carbohydrates trigger your brain's sleep chemistry, but take them early, right? Healthy fats balance your hormones that support rest. And seasonal light changes are perfect time to reset your evening eating rhythm. And finally, nutritional completeness is the foundation for all recovery. So what was your big takeaway? Comment in the chat. What's one action step you'll try this week to eat to sleep? Okay, so protein, I've shared this before, but protein is so important. And I put together this document. What does 30 grams of healthy protein look like? And it's in multiple categories: animal-based, plant-based. Just you'll see so many options, and you'll see exactly the amount of the substance, what will make approximately 30 grams, because we want 30 grams at least in our meals 4 times a day. And for me, that 2 of those times includes protein shakes. So there are a lot of different ways to do this, but we want to make sure that we get good quality protein before we go to bed. Not right at bedtime, but that last meal. So how do you get this? You scan this QR code, or you go to DrLisaSingletary.online/30 grams of protein. But put the hyphens in there. So it's the number 30 hyphen grams hyphen of hyphen protein. And you can download this list, and I think you'll find a lot of benefit from it. But oh, I've been waiting to share this with you. I did this. So I've been talking about the good food, bad food list. We got a list, right? But what do you do with a list? you have to print it out, you have to carry it around, you have to really um, dig into the list and learn. Okay, what are the good foods? What are the bad foods? So I made an app. Ah, I'm so excited. So the app is called the 12 Bad Food Challenge. Do you know what the bad foods are? How many days can you avoid them? So go to drlisasingletary.online/bad food challenge with hyphens. So bad hyphen food hyphen challenge. And when I stop this slideshow, I think I can show you a little bit about this app. It's so exciting. I love it. Okay, so you are here. You're here for Total Transformation Secrets, but maybe someone invited you. Maybe you're with someone and you just, um, or maybe you're on YouTube and you caught this somehow, but you want to come back, scan this code, and you will have an invitation for the rest of 2025. So go to drlisasingletary.online/live Zoom. That's live hyphen Zoom. And some of you know that we have the live Zoom at 11 a.m., but then at 9 p.m. on Saturdays, we have the watch party. So the live Zoom will premiere on YouTube, but all of the old Zoom, all the old or previous, they're never getting old. No. All of the previous webinars live on YouTube. So if you go to my channel, you'll see the um, you'll see, well, this is webinar 34. So you'll see this webinar starting at 9 o'clock tonight, plus the previous 33, plus other stuff. I have a few goodies on my YouTube channel. So drop on by, subscribe, like, share, and I appreciate it. Okay, so let me see if I can find the app that I made, the actual app. Let's see. And let me see if I can share it. Okay, this is so cool. All right, so the 12 Bad Foods Challenge, 21 days, one simple rule, skip the bad stuff. Now, I can't tell you how important that is. Um, people say gym memberships are expensive, supplements are expensive, eating healthy is expensive. They say that, but uh, you can. All right, I feel myself getting on a soapbox. I'm gonna get off the soapbox. Let's get to that. So you see here, start my challenge, and if you click on that, did you successfully avoid all of the 12 bad foods today? Yes or no? Yes, yay. Or no, not today. Let's say not today. So it's not giving you your progress on the streak, but you click yes. Uh-oh, that button didn't work. So I might have to go back and do some tweaking on the app buttons. But let me get this out of the way. So there it is. I don't know if you can see at the bottom. So there's home, where we were. There's check-in. I'll have to work on the check-in button. But here's the exciting thing. We've got the list of the bad foods. And when you click on each one, it tells you why it's on the bad food list. So gluten damages the gut lining and blocks absorption. Oats have inflammatory proteins similar to gluten. Fried foods. create harmful pro-inflammatory compounds. So you can go down the list, and here are the good foods. Eggs with runny yolks, butter and salt. They have essential fats and minerals for optimal health. So I see another tweak. I should make these not appear until you click them. So it's a beta test. But here's the fun one. There's a quiz. Good or bad? Tap to choose. Learn fast. So what do you think? Wheat, good or bad? Wheat is #1 on the bad food list. Yes, it's bad because gluten damages the gut lining and blocks absorption. And then you go to the next question, and you can see what your score and your streak will be. So that was exciting for me to build an app like that. I hope you love it. So those of you who want to come live, go back to that QR code to scan drLisa.online/live-Zoom. I'd love for you to be here. Like Tony, Dale, Alice, Dr. Vera, all my live people today. But at 9 p.m., we are going to have the premiere on YouTube. I'll be live in the comments. But from that point on, the webinar will be there for you. All righty. Well, those of you who are here live, stay on the line. Oh, I didn't say hi to Janet. Hey, Janet. Stay on the line so we can have our little Q&A and have a little fun after the webinar. Those of you who are coming on the replay, thank you so much. I love you all. Mwah.